Hello and welcome back to BBLB. It's day 71. The time now 6:17. Let's go over to the house, Big Brother house. This is George. You're live on E4. Please do not swear.
OK, but can I get really excited?
Who's this young boy in the house?
Oh, so shut up. Right, now I know the one thing, George, that you'll really, really want to know is the wigs. The wigs are intact. Do you know, they smell really pleasant. No, not dirty or anything. Right, now, so the house got flooded last night. John, James and Josie's bed, which we saw them get soaked in, you'll be happy to know.
Any good? All dry?
It's all dry.
Fantastic
they
news.
Can have a right
Great
news,
news,
roll
isn't it,
around
guys?
On there
Great
later.
news.
So the ceilings, which is where...
What's that over there on the left a bit?
Where?
Just by the bed there.
This?
Yeah.
It's another mattress.
All right, then.
They're all drying out.
Yeah.
But they seem dry now. I came in earlier and they had loads of heaters on. It was like being in the tropics, but they've all gone now. The heaters have disappeared. The carpets... they're a bit battered.
Does it smell, Em? Does it smell?
No, it doesn't smell at all. But they seem to be drying out. And, oh, I've got to be quiet because they're all in the kitchen behind there. And these, look, they ran out of buckets to collect the water.
Old school.
So
Raid the task room.
Pools. Sam's going to love these when he comes back in. Bob Reiter, who obviously has been causing havoc over the past couple of days, he's fine, he's all intact. And I found some... They're ever so noisy in there. I'm really excited. They're closed. They're washing.
No way.
Even though it's wet. It's dry.
She'll sniff anything, Emma Willis.
Are these your
Amazing.
pants?
Anything she'll sniff.
Look.
Yeah.
No more coffee. No more coffee.
Oh, yeah, remember that. You look exactly like him, actually. That's weird.
Like a boy?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Are you done? Emma Willis,
done.
everybody. Beautiful stuff. Right, let's go to the news. Right, 10:21 today, some early morning bickering quickly turned into a full-blown argument between Josie and John James, all about little Sammy Pepper.
He said he just ganged up on him, that's what he said.
Oh, come on, who can gang up on Sam Pepper? He's come in the house, he's insulted everyone left, right and bloody centre, and now you're accusing people of ganging up on him.
You can still gang up on him.
Get on, John.
You can still gang up on him.
Nobody did, though. No one ganged up on him. No one. And you're going to look like such an idiot when you replay.
We would have an argument this morning. I just came out here.
Why are you playing the victim?
And
Get
you just
real. Stop acting fake.
Yeah.
If you're going to turn on me, you're Sam Pepper, think what it's going to be like out there. I'm sorry, I didn't want that.
I'm not going to turn on you, Josie.
We're obviously not that strong, are we?
I'm not going to turn on you, Josie.
Obviously not that strong. The fact of the matter, I don't want to be with anybody who's got no respect for women like that anyway.
Oh, could this signal the end for the Bristol-Australia alliance? And whilst all this was happening, Bob Reiter had dropped off some special ingredients for breakfast. Anyone for cricket's Hanson tarantula?
The eggs are the worst because they're gooey.
Just crunchy.
I'm just pleased to have food cooked for me.
Give her one hand. Give her one hand.
Just one.
Just one.
One little ant on there. Doing good, just carry on.
Why?
Did anyone else eat tarantula head?
No, I had body, but not head.
She don't want flour there, so...
It's not so terrible, is it?
There's a worm that won't go down.
Just a little reminder, guys, do not try that at home. If you've got a tarantula, don't cook it or eat it. Now, it looks like that task wasn't too hard to swallow. And at 2:05 this afternoon, John James went to speak to Big Brother. Obviously, his rift with Josie has affected him more than anyone could have guessed.
The only thing I really care about left here is Josie. That's it. That's all I care about, whether she wants to believe that or not. Like, she's the only reason I'm still hanging around. So if my relationship with her is ruined, then there's no point in me kicking about, really, is there? I guess I just wish her all the best and leave, really. There's nothing else I can do. What am I supposed to do? I can't force someone to talk to me.
Oh, poor little John James, yeah? Massive surprise for you. I can report now that John James has calmed down. He's still in the house. And let's go back to the prediction task. A familiar face re-entered the house today. Let's have a look.
Would you rather be handcuffed to Ben or appear on Ben's US-style TV programme, The Ben Show?
I want to be handcuffed to Ben.
Hey!
Oh my God! I bet you weren't expecting to see me.
No, look at you.
Have you missed me?
Of course I've missed you.
Oh. Even though I could be dreadful sometimes.
No, I've missed you so much.
Oh.
Ben really thrust into Mario there with that hug. I'm wondering what he's going to make of Sammy Pepper. And the big news, guys, Bob Wright has just dropped in the new task into the house. You can keep up to date on how the housemates are getting on by heading to our website, channel4.com/Big Brother.
It has been quite a week for our housemates. First, they found out that rather than having weeks to go, they've actually got days. Next, Big Brother asked them to rate their mates in front of each other. And then Mother Nature threw a storm into the mix. So, to help us understand how the cogs are turning in their tiny little minds, it's Pam Spur. How you doing, Pam? Yeah, very good, thank you. Right, so how do you think they've been getting on since they found out they've only got, like, a matter of days to go?
Well, you know, the explosive events of Friday night served to destabilise what's called their long-term resilience. Exactly. Now, think of that as your emotional bank balance. So when you're in the black, you've got lots of resilience. Yeah. When you're in the red, you don't. And crises can kind of throw you into the red. Exactly. And if something good happens, you can go back into the black. Now, we know Josie, of course, has that golden ticket. Yeah. So right now, she's riding high. She's right up in the black as far as you can go. And as we've seen on the news, you know, she's tackled John James. She's got that confidence just to go for what she believes in right now.
She's sitting pretty sweet right now.
Exactly.
So did anyone surprise you when they found out the news?
Oh, Andrew, when you think about Friday night, how he immediately stood up, took charge of the golden ticket issue. And you've got to remember that when he came on in the series, he was a bit shy, the geeky boy, and once the girls...
So do you buy that, the whole kind of shy thing? You don't think
he
that's
absolutely was. No act there. And as the girls fussed over him, he went right up into the black. And he was in the black on Friday night, absolutely, when he did that, took over control. But then, as soon as we had Rate Your Mate task...
Yeah, that changed everything yesterday.
When he heard that he was seen as kind of like false and that he was kind of forgettable, he plummeted into the red. And, of course, he went to Mario in the nest for that sort of... He was doing classic comfort-seeking behaviour.
Right. So last night we saw Rate My Mate. John James won it, but it seemed to show a lot of the housemates' insecurities. They all came out. So... why was he so angry still? Because he really wasn't happy, even though he'd kind of won the task.
Well, you have to think of his character, and we got to look back to Friday night. Now, when John entered the house, he was in the red. He was kind of an angry and insecure guy.
But popular still.
But popular. Yeah. And as he realised that, you know, he carried on throughout the series in the black. But Friday night, he is a man who craves stability, and as soon as that was thrown out the window with the golden ticket issue, he came plummeting down. And the interesting thing is when you check out his expression, of course, when Josie was being offered the ticket, you might think he'd be going, yay, go on, give it to Josie. Yeah. But some of his facial expressions were extraordinary and concealed the fact that actually he's in it to win it. You know, the gentleman doth protest too much.
He has been banging on about it quite a lot, hasn't he? But he flew from the other side of the world and spent a lot of money, to be honest. So
and that shows how much he wants it.
I don't understand. Yeah. Now, Sam, he's kind of gained loads of confidence over the past few days.
Oh, and I think he was confident when he went in, too.
Yeah, but he didn't rate very highly in the Rate My Mate task. So do you think he really cares?
Oh, the thing about Sam, he's got this extraordinary independence of character. And that means he really doesn't care what people think of him. So he sailed through with all his little, you know, hijinks he was getting up to, teasing Josie and stuff. And it was only when he fell out with John James, who had really bonded with in a kind of deep way,
I was really surprised
that he went into the red.
How much that knocked him, because I didn't think something like that would
I
affect him
know,
very
and he went right in the red. He got a bit quieter for a time. Then his confidence rebuilt, and the fascinating thing, when that confidence rebuilds with someone like Sam, he was prepared to tackle Dave in the kitchen and actually tell him honestly and genuinely he doesn't think he's trustworthy.
He really stood up to him, didn't he?
Absolutely.
So why did it bother Dave so much when Sam said that he didn't trust him? Because he hasn't been Sam's biggest fan, so you would think maybe it just wouldn't bother him.
I'll tell you why he cares. OK, Dave sailed into the house beginning of the series, has been full of confidence. He's a lay preacher. Part of his personality is about people needing him. He loves to be needed. He loves to be the centre of attention. And, of course, the fact that he was rated in the Make Your Rate task as attention-seeking shows that. So he was coasting along in the black when Sam made that dig at him in the kitchen about his, you know, you know, trustworthy, his lack of trustworthiness, that goes right to the core
It really
of his
knocks him, didn't it?
self-belief
Yeah.
system. So he went down into the red, and then we saw him try and take control, and he then approached Sam in the bathroom, and if you look at his physically dominant body
wouldn't let it
language...
go at all.
Oh, yeah, he was so dominant.
So last night we had the floods and the storm and everything. How is that going to affect their long-term resilience, do you think?
Well, that throws them into an expectational crisis. The last few days, they expected to go a certain way. That's all gone up in the air. And I expect to see some big ructions, as in the news we saw with John, James and Josie, of course.
Yeah, then they're not getting on, are they?
It really throws resilience when something like that happens unexpectedly.
And what about their long-term resilience now from now till Friday? How do you think they're going to get on?
Well, you think they'd be calm. It's only a few days away, but because it's within their grasp...
It's a big eviction, though, isn't it?
All of them think they can win now. They're desperate, all of them, to get there. So that any little thing could set them off. A good thing can send them way up, high resilience. A bad thing can send them right back down into the red, because everything right now has greater meaning.
Pam, thank you so much. Pam Sparrow.
Right, that's all we've got time for today. Do join us tomorrow when we'll be joined by Grime Goddess, a lady song.
Make sure you tune in to a very special 90-minute edition of the main show tonight on Channel 4 at 10 o'clock. Plus, you can see what happened when the housemates got the keys back to the house over at the website. We will see you tomorrow.